You know, hello, my name is Marcus Kane Oglesby, and in 15 years of going to college and doing other academics and learning in order to try and better myself and my family, I've never had to make a video. And here at the end of my master's in education curriculum, I've had to make three, and this is the final one. Before I get started with my advice to anybody else that happens to want to try and go to college or try a new job or change or anything like that. I wanted to have a little transparency. Um, and I want to be really open in my transparency as far as how my journeys had to be. And I'll be brief, not overly descriptive as well. But I just want to say that, I shouldn't be sitting here making this video. I grew up poor. I grew up around drugs, alcoholics, violence, all that stuff. I was pushed to be violent. I was pushed into doing drugs. I mean, my mom got me smoking pot whenever I was 13. I've always had to work for a living and come from a background of where that's what you did. You didn't try and do anything better. You just took what you was given and that was it. You just settled. I grew up watching my mom getting beat. I've grew up without parents being there, to where I just ran around and was a heathen kid, running around with the crowd that I shouldn't have been running around with, because I thought it made me, I thought they accepted me. I thought, I was cool. They thought I was cool or whatever, And there's been more than one time where, if hindsight was foresight, I should have seen that they didn't care no more about me than what I could give them or what it is they could push on me, as far as if, they got in trouble, I took the fall kind of deal. And it wasn't until years later that I really kind of realized the truth about things, I guess. And I had to push a lot of people I thought were friends away, or they pushed themselves away. I quit drinking. I quit smoking pot. I stayed away from other stuff, but I always was okay with people if they done that. And I had to make it to where I wasn't. I can't better myself if I allowed that stuff to be there. I couldn't have my brain and my mentality and my heart wanted one thing, and it's almost like I was trying to live a double life, even at one point in time. It's like I had a girlfriend and everything that was the one to keep, but at the same time, whenever we wasn't hanging out, I was running around trying to smoke a joint, drinking a few beers on a back road with my buddies, and that wasn't the kind of person to be. And I think whenever I got hurt from a car accident in my late 20s, and I was sitting in that hospital and nobody showed up, not even my parents, it hit me harder than what most people might have realized. And then whenever I was in a wheelchair for a while and found myself homeless, that too spoke words. And instances like this, it happened more than once. But the thing is that I didn't give up. I didn't stop and just settle. And that's why a lot of the things that I've done in this capstone for this course has meant so much, such as equity versus equality. Because if I would have had the equity, where would I be today? I'm in my early 40s now. Where would I be at today if I had had the right support and the right tools? You know, could it be worse? Yeah. Could it be better? Oh yeah. But my advice to anybody else that sees this is that one, don't if you're going to go to college, if you're going to stop and go to a different job, whatever, don't go and don't start unless you know you can do it. Like I started college and I didn't put the effort into it I should have or that I could have. I didn't have the resources necessary to actually be successful. And so I failed. Well, you don't want to do that. I mean, it's okay to fail. I ain't saying it ain't worth trying, but just make sure you plan correctly and and develop a good, you know, outline and a good critical path and follow that. And don't give up on your dreams. Don't fall into the crowds that you don't need to. Don't worry about what other people say, especially if they're not supportive. You know, if someone tries to tear you down, they're doing that because of their own weaknesses a lot of times, in my opinion. And you have to do things because it's what you want and because you know you have to do it for you. And that's probably another thing that I could really suggest to others is don't do it. Don't make leaps, changes, effort for others. Do it for yourself first. Because if you do it for your kids, if you do it for your wife, if you do it for your buddies, if you do it because you might get more money, if you do it for everything else but yourself, whenever that other reason isn't there or falls through or whatever, then you yourself will fail because you don't have yourself to fall back on. And you can only ever truly make sure that you have control and authority and acceptance of yourself. You know, and whenever you do like go to school or go to a new job or whatever, you have to make sure that you do not let outlying factors change your direction or keep you from reaching goals. There's been a lot of times where I've went without sleep or I've had to work, 2, 3 shifts in a row or double jobs or, you know, go through heartache or all kinds of stuff. Um, homelessness, everything. And I always made sure that I continued to dedicate the time necessary to go to school and to move forward and to just continue to try and to do better so that way I can help better myself and then eventually my family because now I have one. Whenever it was just myself, I still tried. But if I hadn't gave that effort whenever it was just myself, would I have been able to build and develop to even remotely where I am today? And overall in this video is basically just to illustrate that I should have. A lot of people that have went through things I've went through, they become a product of their environment. They become the negative part of society, in jail, on disability for mental issues, just give up, all kinds of stuff. And I just want to be proof through my words and through what I've accomplished and my actions and everything else that even if you don't have the equity, doesn't mean that you still can't achieve things in life. It just means that it might take longer. It just means that you might have to try harder. It just means that you might have to learn. Sometimes you gotta swallow your pride or learn to be more humble. But I just want to illustrate that. And I thank anybody that listens to this video, and just want everybody to know that, I'm living proof that every ghetto kid, every negative aspect of society that a person might go through doesn't mean that that's what you have to be. We can eliminate all that if everyone's just willing to continue to rise up. At least that's my opinion. Because I know I shouldn't be making this video right now. But I thank y'all for listening. My name is Marcus Kane Oglesby. And I hope that my future is a lot brighter than my past. Thank you.